Recording is on.
Hello.
Hi. We're recording the webinar so we can share it online. Thanks very much for joining. We'll give it another few minutes. Oh no, I might just load up the presentation.
Yeah.
Hi Fusilat. Thanks for joining.
Hi.
So I'm recording this. I'm going to start showing us a presentation and then we'll do a demonstration walkthrough. I would say ask questions, but when I'm presenting, I actually can't see the questions come up. So just interrupt me. Feel free at any point. I want you guys to
Raise the hand.
I said this this is the second webinar we've done, and we're going to keep running them as well. So if you ever want to join another one, you are always welcome. But you guys you're so important to me. I'm so honored to get the opportunity to help you share your skills and find work in this current economy. I think that Able is able to make a real difference to you and to our future businesses that we're going to be supporting by providing access to local talent in a really fast, streamlined and cost efficient way. So your feedback and your thoughts are really important to me because you will help make sure that the product is fit for purpose. And in exchange for that support and your early adoption, you get this founding freelancer badge, which means that you'll always be seen in the product as one of the first people that joined, and that will help your ranking with the algorithm. You'll be seen as one of the first joiners. Hi, I was going to say hi Maria again, but I wondered if you were the same Maria. Okay, what I'm going to do is switch over to share my presentation, and yet as I go, just interrupt me. Okay, so welcome to Able.global, as I said, with the world's first gig work AI agent. A year ago, AI agents didn't really exist, and now you probably heard a bit more about them. And it's really exciting that we're bringing this one to market, and we're going to be the first of its kind. And that means that we can do something in a much more cost efficient way. We're doing something more precise. AI enables us to deliver a better solution for our clients or for our businesses, and it also enables us to help you share your skills in a new format, in a new way. As you can see here, this is the what we're striving to create for each of you, a gig folio, so that you can be booked. And I'm going to show you. We're going to do a demo to talk about how do you create a gig folio like that for yourself and all of your skills. You get to add up to 5 skills to be found for work in Able. So there's me. You have my details from the WhatsApp group. There's my email. Always my lines are open to you at any time. Please feel free to reach out to me. And also Seb, who's on the call, he's listed as brand ambassador here, but he's also our community manager. You might have met him at the job fairs, but we're both here to really help you get the most out of Able. So I made this little cartoon just to kind of bring Able to life. This shows a really busy restaurant. Spirits high, spirits needed, it says, all fully booked, and Betty's is really busy and she needs some support, so she uses Able. And in the meanwhile, Benji, he's a trained bartender and he's also trying to do his personal training certificate. That is the nature of work at the moment for a lot of people. It's called portfolio careers. But more and more people are working different jobs, and they have lots of different skill sets they can bring. They leave work to raise children and then return. It's a very complex and interesting landscape, and Able was built with these types of individuals in mind. People that have more than one thing to bring. LinkedIn, you have one job title and that's who you are. It doesn't really serve you well to be more than one thing on LinkedIn. And that's something that I always feel just shows that LinkedIn isn't really for the future, and it isn't really for most workers on the planet. Most people are able to do and want to earn from more than one thing. So here's Benji uploading his bartending skills, wanting to monetize his skills onto Able. So there's Betty, and she gets matched with Benji in Able, and invites him to come and do a shift that evening. And so he turns up in a superhero type way to support Betty. And as is as I've shared with you maybe in the past, Able, you get paid at the end of the shift. On the same day, you get paid all of your tips, and you get paid 100% of your wages. Able doesn't take anything from the gig worker. We really have built Able is, we're on a mission to make things more equitable and fair for gig workers, because they haven't been treated well in our economy so far, and Able's trying to make a difference with that. So here, you can see crisis averted, lots of tips for Benji there. And, one of our sort of slogans is your time matters. So, part of what's special about Able is that you get booked for work. So you update your calendar details, and then people can find and book you for work. So you don't have to spend a lot of time sending lots of applications and feeling disheartened by that fact of constantly having to look for work. For your experience, for a giggy, as we're calling you, or a freelancer, you create your gigfolio, you update your calendar, and you get booked for work. No applications, no cover letters, and also no star ratings. It's not something that works well in terms of motivating employees. The example I always use is if you're a food delivery driver, sometimes if you deliver food cold, you tend to get ranked poorly for that, even though it's not your fault. There's examples like that where it's called the productification of people, and that's what we want to avoid doing. So instead, we build in feedback loops, and everybody gets asked, and you can see it here, would you work with that person again, yes or no, at the end of each shift? And we rank that as a rating, as opposed to gather stars, and then we get verbal feedback. And in the future, our agents will be taking that verbal feedback and using it to help you grow, and turning it into training materials and training content to empower and improve your experience. So from a buyer's perspective, through Able, buyers can book reliable, referenced right to work to freelancers. So we do right to work checks in the app too. You view video bios and gig folios as a buyer. You don't have to post jobs or do interviews or wait around. You literally type in what you need, and one of the AI agents provides you with matches straight away. Public liabilities and insurance is included. And we are like 8% fees. Like that's Able charges 6.5% fees to run the platform, and to build the platform and to manage it and do what we're doing now, and work with the community and communicate the product. And then Stripe payment charges 1.5%. So that's 8% total build, which is more than half the price of our competitors. So we're bringing a much more affordable solution to find on-demand work we're starting in hospitality and events, and we'll be moving into other industries soon. But that hospitality, you might have seen it was on the BBC recently, that a lot of these businesses are really suffering at the moment. After Brexit, there was a bit of a shortage of staff, and recently, because of the government's rise in national insurance and minimum wage, it's much more expensive to have full-time workers in hospitality and events, which means that the demand for more flexible labour is there. Sorry, I heard a bing. Does someone want to say something? Oh, you've got your hand up, Maria.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. It might be obvious, but buyers are another freelancers or companies?
They're the companies, but okay. And it's funny, I was just talking to one of the developer on the team, and he said he said it doesn't sit right with him, the word buyers. So I don't know what to call them. Businesses technically hiring managers, right? Hiring manager is the technically correct term. So maybe I should just go with that. Do you think hiring manager is better?
It should be. Buyers can mean both of them. I was thinking they can be freelancers, but yeah, it should be different word for this.
Different words. Okay. Right. Thank you. And and what I'm going to say as well here is this feedback is just so important. But bearing in mind that there is, at the moment, there's 7i, and then there's 2 technical people on the team. So we are a tiny little team trying to do a very big thing. So give us some time. It takes time for these changes to come into effect, but don't worry. they will not be called buyers forever. But it might take a few weeks or a month before I get to change it across the board, but I will update it because that's definitely a piece of important feedback. So thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
And finally, you get £5 for every business or individual hiring manager that you refer to Able. So I'll show you inside the app where you get a code. But if you go around and tell any, like, your favorite hospitality and events venues, so where you go and get your takeaway or your local cafe, tell them about Able. If they use Able to make a purchase to book a worker, then you get £5 for each business or hiring manager that you refer. So I'm just going to quickly talk about agents. I've always worked in businesses, helping bringing in technology to improve automation, to automate processes and to streamline. I always say simplify, standardize, and make project processes scalable. That's something that I've done over and over again, and I've always believed that it genuinely does improve work quality and business operations. With the birth of AI, this really exciting thing has happened because we can automate a process now, but we can now then make the automation intelligent. So the computer that's doing the automation can add more value to that process than in the past. And Able has, we've got 13 at the moment agents working, and there's this thing called autonomy, like how much independence has the agent got, the AI got, and in Able, very little independence. They're not doing, they're much more like suggesting ideas and making recommendations than they are making decisions. Even in the matching algorithm, so the agent that does the matching that says, okay, Betty wants a bartender for a few hours' time who's available. The AI agent doesn't say Benji is the answer. The AI agent gives 4 or 5 suggestions, and then Betty looks at the video bio, looks at the gigfolio, and makes a decision. And that's where we've got some AI agents helping you create good. And I say, like, I write the AI agents, but obviously I'm there on the end of the phone, so Seb, to help you. So I'm not saying, just deal with the AI agents and I'm not there. I'm still here as a human in the loop, a human support for you. But the AI agents can really help, to a certain extent, help you create a profile that's better and more usable than a CV. Because, and you see on this little red and green here, at the moment, if somebody wants to hire a bartender, they get 50 random applications, maybe 50 CVs or 50 profiles on Tinder and Temper, it's called, another gig platform that just says, I'm a bartender and I've worked in these places. It doesn't give you any kind of a sense of the personality or the specific skills and experiences that you bring. And there's not much quality assurance. So don't tend to be reference checked. And they have these star ratings, which don't really work. With Able, you have this personalized gigfolio that we're about to build. And then you have this thing called semantic analysis and vector search. Vector search is like matching words. So like, I want a bartender that does wine, that knows about wine. You can match those words up with the computer. And then semantic analysis, I call it vibes. Like semantics is, it takes the type of language that the buyer's using and matches it with the type of language that the business is using and matches it with the type of language that the freelancer is using. So it's a very sophisticated way of matching, and it just makes it really powerful, basically, and really accurate. And that's why I say it's much more personal. And then we've got location and obviously availability optimization, something that current platforms don't have. So Able can match to the location and match to availability. So obviously you get everything happening a lot more quickly in terms of the matching and the right solution. And then instead of these star ratings, you have feedback, like I've mentioned. So Able is values led, and we're trying to build a better gig economy for hiring managers and giggies. Our values are be good, be fair, and be kind. And what does that look like? And I'm going to probably flesh these out in more detail on the website and for different sectors. We're starting with hospitality and events, as mentioned, but we will be expanding into other sectors really soon. And already we've had cleaning companies and logistics and security companies sign up, because cleaners and security staff are, they're in hospitality industry, but they're also their own sort of subsector as well. So yeah, be good means bringing your best work to every gig, and that means the hiring manager and the freelancer, being fair, so transparent rates, clear communication and honest feedback where both sides win, and being kind, so respecting people, places, and the planet while you earn. And we ask everybody that works on the platform and that who uses the platform, whether you're a hiring manager or a giggy freelancer, to adhere and live by those values. Just going to touch on ethical AI quickly. I mean, you have heard of AI. You might not have heard of ethical AI, and that's one of the reasons why I want to mention it. I think it's really important that we talk about we talk about how ethical our AI is. There are huge risks about AI, particularly when it comes to the super intelligent AI, which I promise you is not able. We're very basic, automated, low autonomy. So our agents are not making decisions. They're only doing recommendations and providing ideas and guidelines. They're not doing, they're not saying this person has the job, this person doesn't. But still, I want to be an ethical AI company, and I want you to know that, and I want you to think about when you deal with other AI companies, are they being ethical? Because we don't want any non-ethical AIs operating in our society, because then that's where the danger comes. So in terms of how am I trying to be ethical AI? So I want to be a trusted provider, which means that we're low cost, we provide training, we're supporting social mobility, so helping people get into work when they've been out of work, or they've been, being a mother or whatever it might be, sickness. There's loads of reasons why people aren't in work for some time. And that can really impact you when you have this linear CV thing, where were you between 2008 and 2010? There's none of that in Able. We don't try and measure your time like that. We just believe in the wholeness of an individual and trying to help you represent that to the job market. I've entered into something I've called a Peace Tech Pledge around aiming not to do business in the future with anybody involved with struggles in Ukraine or the genocide in Palestine. So trying to just take a stance and saying, not going to do business with people that are profiting and working on causing wars or worse. So we use ethical AI charters that are produced by major economic countries or economic institutions like the OECD and the EU and the UK. And then obviously we're GDPR compliant. And SOC 2 compliance, that's a US-based one, but it's around security practices. So we make sure that, we use the most secure standards when it comes to the technology that we build. And then we've got right to work checks and external references built in. Though I believe that asylum seekers should have the opportunity to earn money in this country, right now they are not legally allowed to do so. So we make sure that only the people that are legally allowed to work do so within the app, and that's fair as well, because or else you do get into a situation where there are some people, and criminal people as well. We don't want to we need to have these checks and balances in the app to make sure that we've only got good, hardworking, trustworthy people operating on our platform. And that means that the businesses and the hiring managers can trust that who we're working with and who we put on the platform are good, hardworking, trustworthy people. I'm intending to publish how our algorithm makes the decisions that it does, which isn't something that other AI companies do, but it's what we're going to do. And it is a bit of a risk because it means that other companies can see our special sauce, as it were. But I would prefer that you understood my thinking versus the risk that somebody copies me. I think transparency and honesty is something that will be rewarded in the long run. So we have human in the loop, so we will always have somebody overseeing the matching suggestions that the AI algorithm makes, and we'll have humans reviewing. At the moment, it's just going to be me and Seb, but in the future, hopefully, we'll have a bit more support too, just reviewing what the AI is saying and doing. That's something that's very important for ethical AI. We remove the bias from the search. So though the AI helps with the passport checks, the UK right to work checks, the matching agent doesn't know your gender, your nationality, or your age. So any of those traditional things, those biases that creep into recruitment, they're not even involved in our AI. Our AI matching agent doesn't know that data, so it's impossible for them to bias around it. And we instruct our AI on not to guess. So we're trying to monitor that. AI can sometimes hallucinate, it's called, where it just gets things wrong, and we're trying to limit that as much as possible. And then there's some benefits that I've put in there, which I think I've sort of covered off. So I'll just move into the demo. You can go onto our website if you haven't already. You can just click there to join to get hold of the demo. That's the link too. We'll send this pack out. Let me go to change my screen. Okay, so after you've joined, you're going to find yourself at this screen and you want to say find gig work. Oh, you've got two options here. You can go for a manual form or you can do AI assisted setup. So say, hi, I am a bartender and have worked in busy pubs and bars in London. So it says we suggest this job title, so you can accept it. So how many years have you worked? And we suggest putting in the number of full-time years experience that you have there. So if you've done it sort of part-time over 3 or 4 or 5 years, whatever, you work out roughly how many full-time years experience do you have. And then you're being asked, you must have got a great set of skills. So tell me about what specific skills you have. So you could say, I am great at pulling pints and dealing with customers, and I know about wine too. So this is like part of what ethical AI is. So instead of you can see the AI is repeating back to you. This is what I've learned about you. Do you agree? And then you can edit it as you go. So let's talk equipment. So you could say, I have point of sale knowledge and mixology equipment. Knowledge. Now, what qualifications or certifications do you have? So you could say, I have an alcohol. What's it called? What's the training? Is it alcohol safety certificate?
Yeah, alcohol safety training.
Alcohol safety training. I have alcohol safety training and 5 GCSEs and 2 A levels. Okay, so we've set the minimum as 12.21, which is London waiting. So you can go you can say as much as you can put in whatever price you want to charge. You can negotiate your price with the buyers. Like, we don't set the price, the buyer says how much they want to pay, and then we'll suggest people that are close or near to that amount. And then you and the buyer can negotiate. And obviously we encourage, there's space at the end of the shift for the buyer to add tips. You get to keep 100% of your pay and 100% of your tips. And obviously we encourage the buyer to tip you, and we encourage the buyer to pay. So we'll say, for some roles, we'll say, this is the amount that works best for this. So we'll suggest high. Basically, that's what we're trying to do, knowing that we're saving the business money by providing such a good value service. We're trying to pass that on to the freelancers by suggesting higher pay in the app. So then the AI here generates you a script here. I'm a bartender with 3 years of experience working in busy pubs and bars in London. I'm great at pulling pints and dealing with customers, and I know a lot about wine too. I have point of sale and mixology equipment knowledge, as well as alcohol and safety training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another document, copy that text over so that I can see it. And then I'm going to try and record. Let's see if this works. Okay. Hi, I'm a bartender with 3 years of experience working in busy pubs and bars in London. I'm great at putting pints and dealing with customers, and I know a lot about wine too. I have point of sale and mixology equipment knowledge as well as alcohol safety training. I'm enthusiastic and reliable, and I'm looking forward to bringing my skills to your team. Huh. Input disabled. I'm sorry, guys. I think this is because I'm sharing. I tested it earlier and it worked absolutely perfectly. I think it's because I'm sharing it online, I guess. Let me just make another test video just to see if this works this time. Yeah, it's not working. Seb, do you want to go and do your thing, and you can show what it looks like in the end? So I'll just hand over.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
this stage, it would normally take your video, and then it would ask you to confirm your location and ask you to enter in your availability details, and we'll show you what it looks like in the app, and then it takes you to your completed gig folio. So let me stop sharing, and Seb, you take over. Oh, hang on. Is that my screen or your screen?
Yeah, it's my screen.
All right. I was going to say, okay, it worked. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, this is what would be happening after you did record the video. 1 second, let me just move this. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will ask for a reference that you will have to provide. We want you to provide 2, and even if you can't get any, that's okay. You can still try and get them from teachers or colleagues or anyone. It doesn't have to be the manager. And this link will connect to your account.
Yeah, so if you send anyone that, if you, in fact you want to just show everyone, or shall I just quickly share? I can show you what it looks like. So if you
got that link.
Yeah, I've got it here. So you send that link to somebody, and they get a thing that says recommendation for, there's my name, and then you select a skill, and then they have to enter in that what makes Alexandra Wright a great bartender, great at being a bartender. How do you know Alexandra? And then your name and your email address, and then they submit it, and then that data appears on your gig folio, your feedback. So then basically, like, what we want to do is help hiring managers get a sense of who you are. The VO bio is really good for that. The summary gig folio, which you're about to see, is really good for that. And having the right to work check, so we know that you're legally allowed to work in the country, is good for that. And then having another external party provide a reference is obviously, it's quite standard for recruitment. And if you have 0 years of experience in something, don't worry. Get a colleague from somewhere else you've worked, a teacher that you've worked with, a professional person. And if you're really stuck, talk to Seb and I. We'll do a little interview with you, and then we'll provide you a reference. So there's always a way around. Like, we will help you, but like you, I'm sure you can appreciate how helpful it is to provide a reference at this stage. And it's very simple sending someone that link too. Thanks, Seb.
That's okay. And again, have you spoken about this? If the connections.
I mentioned it in the thing, but yeah, you go to the profile and show where they can get that code to give to people. So that's what would have happened. Yeah, you get London bartender, you get these hashtags. Oh, so that's how it would have.
How it should have been.
Yeah.
We'll start with the gig folio. This is what has been created through all the input you've given in your AI agent. It has the skills, the years experience, your hours pay. Currently, I don't have any feedback because I haven't done a shift yet. Your qualifications and stuff, and equipment, use of equipment. What else is here? This will be your verified to work as well, even if you're a UK or non-UK national. So we do check that as well. That'll be on an outside app just to ensure you have the right to work in the UK.
So yeah, you can, if you're a non-UK national, you can complete that section now. And if you're a UK national, I think in maybe 2 weeks' time, that'll all be up and running. You can put your passport details in, and we'll have a check to confirm that you are you have a valid. Your passport doesn't even have to be valid, but it can be, has to be a real passport, but it can be outside of expiry. That still gives you the right to work as a UK national.
Mm-hmm. Anything more to say?
Click into the bartender and then do the calendar. Let's look at the bartender one in detail. So this is your summary, and you'll add lots of different skills to that summary page, and then each of your different skills, you get one of these that captures your summarizes, like London bartender, alcohol safety, pub work. You can add images. So if one of you say was a security guard, which is quite a common skill joining, you could add your SIA license certificate there. If you've gone DRB check, you can add your DRB check there. So that gives you a place you could even add a copy of your CV if you wanted.
Yeah, and your food and safety for chef and sous chefs, pot
wash. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can also generate a link at the bottom here again.
Yeah.
Is that for reference?
Yeah. So to get a recommendation.
Mm-hmm. That takes you to the calendar.
So yeah, you want to be marking about when you're available for work. So if you want to click on manage availability, we can show you. So at the moment, you can only do, for every day, you can say a block of time you're available. So you can't be like, oh, I'm available from 10 until 12 and then from 5 until 10. At the moment, you can only do one block a day. In the future, you'll be able to be more precise. But I think to start with, one block a day is enough. And then you can take that block and you can repeat it across days. So you could say Monday to Thursday, I'm available 10 till 10. And then Friday to Sunday, I'm available 5 till 10, whatever you want, that you can add it in to repeat. Your availability like that. And then your gigs will obviously appear. They won't just appear in your calendar. When you get offered a gig, you're going to receive an SMS notification, and there was a separate offers page. But obviously, your gigs there you go. So this is an example gig offer which you will accept or decline. And if you don't accept within 2 hours, then the buyer, the hiring manager, is open to offer the gig to another person.
These are just ghost gigs.
Yes.
What else can we see?
Show the buyer, but refer a business and earn £5. If you click on that, you get a little code, that one there. So you want to take that code and give it to any hospitality and events business that you think might get value out of using Able, and then you get £5 when they make a booking.
Mm-hmm. Could be yourself as well.
Exactly.
What else do we want to look at?
Earnings you could show a bit of the notifications, maybe. The settings. You'll have to connect to Stripe when. So you'll have to connect your bank account to Stripe. So Stripe will pay you all your money into your bank account. And then here was where your passport details are kept and your contact preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any questions? What do you think? Are you comfortable? Do you feel like you'll be able to go and create? Is that what you? And now that you've seen it, are you happy? Do you want to create your gig profile? Do you see that there's value for you using this product? And
I was gonna say, I've tried Temper and it was difficult to even get a gig. Is this? I found the ones where the employer selects you. It's a lot more difficult to kind of get opportunities as opposed to the ones where the opportunity is on there and you apply if it's available, kind of thing.
Okay, so but this is where the employer selects you. So you feel like you haven't had much.
Yeah, I've not had much luck with that kind of thing. And also another thing I wanted to ask is, say for example, you work across, like you were saying before, where a lot of us probably don't do just one role. Say you work across, maybe you're a bartender, but you also have like waiting experience or like retail experience. Would you add that to the profile, or would you just add your preferred one?
Oh yeah, so where that plus new is, so you can add up to 5 different skills. So
Okay.
you can you keep adding up to 5 different ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's specifically designed, and at the moment there's only one video.
Yeah.
But I was just talking to my tech guy, and he said we need to give everybody the one video per skill. So in the future there'll be one video, but at the moment I think the video is good. It gives the buyer, hiring manager, a bit more of a sense of who you are, to replace any kind of need for a pre-meeting. Sorry, Maria. I just to fit, Maria, I'll be 1 second, but I really appreciate that's been your experience, and I'm sorry that you feel that's the way. I hope that, and my intention is very much that Able will provide you with opportunities in your area. Like that is, you should get work so long as. Whereabouts are you based, Fusanet?
London.
Whereabouts in London?
Stratford.
Okay, nice. This is it. I'm going to be starting around Hackney, East London. I mean, up towards Islington. That's where we're going to be targeting buyers. What skills are you going to be adding?
What skills do I have in?
Yeah.
I have bartending, and I also have waiting.
Okay.
Retail.
Well, okay, excellent. When you've done your gigfolio, go into the WhatsApp group and share it with me in the gigfolio chat, and I'll review it and make sure that we've pimped it out enough. Sorry, that's a horrible.
Okay, yeah.
We've given it a glow up. I'm not going to pimp you out, I promise. And I'm going to go and I'm going to tell all the cafes and bars and restaurants that I visit about you, and that we'll get you some gigs. Like,
all right, sounds good.
Okay. Maria, what are you going to say?
Hello. This is amazing, to be fair.
Thank you.
I always had a dream to able to work from Monday till Friday, different roles, because doing the same thing every day for all your life is draining us.
Yeah, man.
So I always was dreaming to do like a Monday bartender, Tuesday waiting, then Wednesday to do maybe kitchen. Like everything. Of course, you can do this in the venue, but it's different because you change places, you see different people, you go in different places. This is amazing for me, and I always was dreaming to do something like that in future.
I've been listening to your dreams, Maria. Just okay, that's awesome. So you're gonna Maria, you're gonna add, what skills are you going to be adding to Able?
At the moment I'm gonna test it out. I've been working in pubs before in Wetherspoons. I've been a manager there, but I've changed recently. I'm a chauffeur.
Oh, nice. Well, you can add that too. Like, excellent.
Future, if you can add different industries, that would be amazing.
Yeah, you can. I mean, this is what I'm saying to everyone that's saying, because I've got people that do like more digital stuff as well. Because of this portfolio career, people have got skills. I'm saying like add all your skills: retail, delivery driver. Add them all, even if they're not really hospitality and events, because we're going to be growing quickly. So we want your skills on there. But because, as I said, there's only 4 people working on this product at the moment. So Seb and I, we're focusing on hospitality and events businesses for the first few months. Those are the only businesses we're contacting to say, start using it for that. But then I'm going to raise more money from an investor. And once we can grow a bit, we'll expand and improve. Obviously, you can see like this is the first version. It's not like the most beautiful thing in the world, but it functions. It does show your skills, and it will work that buyers can hire you and book you and pay you. So, it might not be stunning to look at right now, but it will function perfectly. And then by next year, we'll have a revamped version that will be across different industries, and much more well marketed, I suppose. So, but definitely make sure you add your hospitality and event skills. Do add your other ones, because you never know, and that it's good to be prepared. But soon enough, we'll be across multiple industries as well.
Thank you. Also, another question.
Yeah.
You said you're gonna pay £5 for each company brought to the platform?
Yes.
What about if we bring freelancers?
Right now, I don't have budget, and also, I think right now I've got 170 odd freelancers on the platform, and I think I want 500 to 1,000 to make it that there'll be enough to go to talk to the businesses, because we need a variety of roles and everything like that, and not so we need to build up the freelancers first. And personally, right now it's much harder to communicate to buyers and get them to join. Once you tell a hiring manager about this platform, I went to Peckham, and I went every door, every floor. I went into every cafe, every bar, every restaurant, and told them about it. And the first place I went into was a bar, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a bartender. Have you got one?" And I was like, "Wow, okay, my app is just an idea right now. I don't have anyone yet," but it just proved that it's going to work. And they 80% of the time they signed up and loved it. So it's just effort to tell them about it, and that's why I'm offering £5, because it saves me having to go and tell them about it. And then hopefully in the future there'll be a lot more word of mouth. It's just that to get hiring managers, it's just harder. So if you can do that, then might be quite a nice way to make a bit of money. But I don't need. I can freelancers. It's easier for me to get in touch with freelancers. But maybe in the future, I might. But still, please tell your friends about this product that are freelancers as well. Even if I don't pay you £5 for the freelancers, please share this product with your friends and your contacts.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Kat.
Hello. So you said we would have to get 2 references, but if we're putting on multiple skills, or if someone has 3 or 4, then would we need a reference for each skill? Because on the reference it said to select a specific role you were recommending them for.
Yeah, you need 1 reference per skill.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
2 or 3, but we're looking for definitely 1. And yeah, we can help if you can't get a reference for whatever reason. But yeah, 1 per skill.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sorry, it's gone a bit dark in the room where I'm sitting in. You can sort of see me. Any other questions or comments or? Okay. Well, you've got our numbers. You know who we are. I'm going to keep running these webinars, so feel free to join. When you start playing with the app, message me, message Seb, and really thank you so much for believing in Able and for joining. And I absolutely can't wait to to see what skills you've added and to get you working, which will be in October. We're going to start having buyers book shifts. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.